Hello, my name is Dan Farr. I'm the Executive Director of the Bridge for Youth in Minneapolis. We're embarking on a project with Westwood Community Church and with the Open Hands Foundation to start a shelter. This is modeled after our program in Minneapolis. Youth in crisis, or kids who are homeless between the ages of 10 and 17, come to us requiring services, needing a place to stay, counseling, a hot meal, transportation to school, and intervention with their family. In this area, Carver, Scott County, Western Hennepin County, there are currently no programs that serve kids under the age of 18 in a shelter like this. Kids who come from this area, who are in crisis, needing a place to stay, having family conflict with their parents or guardians, usually want to stay close to home. It's hard to get them to travel to Minneapolis or other communities in order to receive services. So they want to remain here in their local community where we can transport them to school so that they can stay in school and have the support of their teachers and counselors and friends while they're going through their crisis.
I'm Joel Johnson, pastor of Westwood Community Church in Chanhassen, and the church was started in 1995 at the Chanhassen Dinner Theater. Currently, we're located on 5 and 41 in Chanhassen.
And I'm Pam Langseth. I'm with the Open Hands Foundation, which is an organization that is working to meet felt needs in our community. So the Open Hands Foundation really got up and rolling here in the last couple of years, and we worked on some research that we called the Vision 2020 Task Force, which was going out in the community and figure out what's going on. And the Open Hands Foundation learned through that process that there was a real need in our community with youth that are in crisis. And so we've tried to develop a solution to that, and Westwood is playing a role in that. Do you want to talk about what Westwood's doing?
Yes, when we purchased this land, we have about 60 acres here, included a home. And that home we have used for missionaries that have been on furlough. We've used it for members of our community who have been in crisis. We had a family whose home burned down and they needed a home. It was vacant at that time. We made that home available to them. And so we have a home that we believe that can be used to make a difference in the community, and are going to make it available to an organization called The Bridge in partnership with them to come and help meet a particular need within our own community. Why don't you just share a little bit about The Bridge and what that collaboration and partnership is all about?
That sounds great. So when we identified this need, we really tried to figure out what do we need to do. And we did some research. We met with law enforcement and school counselors, psychologists, and people that were working in the youth community about what is the need. And we found out that the gap need is really for emergency shelter for teens. There are long-term solutions that help them, but there isn't an emergency piece. So we contacted the Bridge for Youth after talking to other organizations and asked them if they would be willing to partner with us to provide all the social services necessary to meet the needs of these youth in crisis. And the Bridge said yes. They were looking to do some expansion work because they knew that kids wanted to remain in their community. And this was an opportunity for us to partner. So Westwood is offering the house.
Yep.
The Bridge for Youth is providing the social services. And the Open Hands Foundation is really about pulling together the resources needed for the Bridge to operate within our community. So we're looking at raising money. We're looking at creating a team of volunteers to work in the space, and we're also looking at helping the Bridge navigate the organizations in our community that can be helpful to them, like the Carver County Commissioners or the city councils, those different kinds of groups that can be helpful in making this organization work in our community.
It's going to take a collaboration of a lot of different entities in the private sector, the public sector, but working together for the common good. And we think it's really going to make a great difference in our community.
That's exactly right. The bottom line is we don't believe any child or teen should be without shelter at night. And so we're hoping to make a difference in that out in this area.